Gabriel is the prince of the Spring Realm, and he is introduced in the first few chapters of Beauty Restored. And you kind of see the differences between the Spring Realm and the Winter Realm just in how he is and his difference. He has a different skin color, he has different hair color, his eyes are very vibrant green, and compared to the rest of the Winter Realm, where it's more of a paler or more monochromatic kind of winter landscape scene and color scheme, you kind of just see this huge contrast. And in the beginning, when he's running from the beast in the forest, he's kind of like wishing he had an invisibility cloak or something, because he realizes how badly his skin like stands out against the landscape of the Winter Realm. And so you kind of start to see these differences between the realms, and his clothing is more like greens and browns and earthy, and compared to the blues and whites and stuff of the white Winter Realm. Gabriel was a super fun character to develop, and when I created him, he kind of became like the epitome of what you would think of a fairy tale prince. Very handsome, very charming, very debonair. He's the valiant warrior and all this stuff. But with Gabriel, you kind of see this interesting aspect that may not be normal to princes when you think about a prince. He has the magic of creating roses, especially, but flowers and plants in general, and that is a magic that is used to help the Spring Realm thrive and bring beauty to the realm. And so you see this point kind of later on in the story where he's talking to Erianna, and he's just like telling her, my magic is making flowers. Like, I'm a prince. I'm supposed to be the next ruler of my kingdom and realm. I'm supposed to be strong and valiant for them, and I make flowers for my magic. And he's kind of telling Ariana, like, that's not a strong magic. That's not a strong power that would help my people in time of need and different things. And he's kind of almost ashamed of his magic. He creates beautiful, beautiful flowers and roses. And roses are his specialty. That kind of came in from the original Snow Queen story. But he just kind of views his magic as kind of weak, basically. And even the Snow Queen taunts him later on and tells him, oh, what can you do? You're just a weak spring prince and your magic is flowers. Like, you have no power over me, basically. So even though Gabriel views his magic as weak, when he creates a rose out of the barren earth of the Winter Realm for Ariana, she looks at him and tells him, that is the most beautiful magic I have ever seen. You are bringing life from this barren, wintered earth. Like, this earth is hard, it's cold, nothing has grown in it in years. And she is just amazed by his magic. And so it's kind of just a reflection of, it's not weak, And as you see Gabriel's story develop and his character develop, you don't see a weak prince. He is very strong. He's very brave. He leads his kingdom in battle and war in the second book in Beauty Redeemed. And so he's not a weak prince, and he's not a weak ruler, and his heart is for his people. But in developing a male character like this, it kind of goes against the norm, and it's kind of against the just general male mantra, of strong man and no need for weak things in their life. In developing the male characters in my story, not just Gabriel, but also in the other characters, I hoped to show characteristics where the men were strong and brave and valiant and warriors and soldiers, but they're also able to be soft and gentle and caring, and there is beauty in their magic. And Prince Aiden in the Fall Realm, his magic is music, and he brings things to life through his music. And so you see these male characters cry, you see them experience lots of different emotions, but they're also very strong, they're also very protective. And for me, it was very important to show that, because I believe that's how God created us to be. He created everyone to be strong and brave and all these things, but he also created us to be soft and gentle at times. And there is beauty in music. There is beauty in what may be viewed as weaker magic or weaker gifts. I mean, you look at King David in the Bible, and he was pretty much everything. He was a poet, he was an artist, he was a musician, but he was also a very strong soldier. He was also a very strong leader. he's a very strong king. And so you see these different aspects of David in the Bible, and I kind of want to incorporate images like that into my male characters and just show that there is beauty and there is strength in these characteristics and gifts. And it's not just all about being a brute force of a man, and so you also see, like, it's not just the princes that are rescuing the princesses. Like, the princesses are also strong, they're also valiant, they're also brave, they're also strong in their own gifts and their own beauty, but it takes both. It takes both man and female. It takes men rescuing women and women rescuing men. Like, it's kind of, you definitely see kind of two sides to it in every story, where it's a give and a take, it's a pull and a giving, and they are both strong for each other and stronger with each other, in these stories. And so that's kind of what I wanted to share about Gabriel and his gift, and just showing it's not always just being strong and being brave and valiant and all that. It's also being gentle and loving and caring and protecting of the women that were placed in their lives as well.